Hey guys, I'm Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner, and I am so excited to be here at the Stress Free Card Making Summit. And my lights are always messed up. Laurel is in the background. I think she's going to be helping me out and stuff. So if you guys have any questions for me about the card that I made or something else, feel free. I'm ready to go. I do see a bunch of my buddies in the chat because we were just in another live and I told everybody come over here. So I am so excited that all of you guys are here too. I couldn't find the card that I made because it's piled in apparently with a bunch of other cards, so I do apologize for that. But I did do some fun masking and made a holiday card using some Simon Hurley, a Simon Hurley stamp set and Simon Hurley inks and all the fun things. And it's super easy to do because you can do that with just a few of your supplies. Kamado says, hello, Debbie J and friends. Yay, how are you doing, honey? Danielle's in the house, and Patty Gates, and Sweetheart SH, and Carol Bachelor. And, okay, Ann says, oh, hey, now you just got live. Oh, did I say things and it wasn't live? I may have. That's okay. And I need to refresh that screen because I can't see that it's live. It's what it is. Anyhow. Okay, so it looks like I am live, and that is good, and I just went back and checked, and it looks like it was good for a bit. Anyway, Teresa is here from, she's in Florida. What part? I am in Central Florida, just a little north of Orlando, so I'd love to know where you are watching from. And now I'm going to move my screen around so I can see all the things better. Tammy is here from Wisconsin. South Park IED is from Colorado. Thank you. And Polly's in the house, too. Hey, Polly, how are you doing, hon? I love seeing all my buddies and all these new names that I don't know yet. Teresa's from Palm Bay, East Coast of Florida. Fabulous. I think I have been up there for, yeah, my husband does Ironman. His bicycle's back there. Y'all can see it. So, yeah, he's insane. So, he has done the half Ironman up in Palm Coast a couple of times that I know of. Yeah, he's done a lot of them. I think my last trip up there was from that. Susan's here from Southern California. Kelly is here from Williamsport, PA. And Polly's in Salem, Oregon. Fabulous. Yeah, it is hot here in Florida. Holly is in Austin, and she's probably hot too. What temperature is it, honey?
82.
Oh my goodness, it's gotten up to 82 degrees here in Central Florida. Some of you guys are starting to get cooler weather, which is cool. And makes you think more about holiday crafting. Hi again, Miss Kelly. Kelly won my card in my last live stream, so that was fun. Nobody is saying any questions yet, though. Okay, so Yuko says, hello from Ohio. Thank you for showcasing the stellar inks. Been wondering about how juicy they are. Love the vibrant colors for sure. Look easy to blend too. Absolutely. Now, I love all my Simon Hurley inks. There's actually two different types. And this is not an ad for Simon Hurley inks, but he does have new colors coming out today that I've already told. I need them. We've got, this is a felt pad. This is a foam pad, so they work differently, and I like using them both depending on what I'm doing. I like the juicy ones a lot for paper pouncing. They are real good for getting ink down real fast. Ink swiping is really good with that. When you're using a felt pad, you wind up with the streaks from the fabric that's in the felt, right? So that one's really good for things like better press. I'm discovering that more and more. I love that. I know Simon's live now. I've been multitasking and watching all the things. While I was live for an hour earlier today, I also had about like 4 different other videos up so I could kind of see what was going on. Yeah, it's better over here though because you got me. We've been having a lot of fun, and I am so excited about everything happening this weekend. We're going to have tons of inspiration for you guys. If you haven't already checked out all of the fun speakers and such, I need to go and watch all the things myself. I have not had a chance to. Anne just came back from Lakeland to Columbus. Okay, my in-laws are in Columbus, and I did a show in Lakeland. I did the scrapbook Scrapbook Florida. I did the Scrapbook Florida show using something that's not really card making, but I did do a show over there with one of my buddies from one of the companies that I work with. So that was super fun. That was just a couple of weeks ago. And then we go to Columbus every once in a while to see my in-laws. It's a lot cooler up there. You're not having to deal with the heat. Patty says he is insane. I thought only I had a insane husband. It is 59. It's 59 degrees where she is. South Park hasn't seen many of the videos yet, caught a few lives. Well, the thing is, the summit just started today, so you're getting in on the front end of it, so you haven't missed anything yet. You do have, like, I think it's 24 hours to watch all of the day's presentations, and then they're gone. Unless you have the VIP pass or the all access pass. There is a pass. Hey, Kamado. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Linda. So how far am I from St. Augustine? So probably an hour? I don't remember. We've driven there. I mean, it's not that far. It's kind of where if we go there, we're going to stay overnight. So I have been to St. Augustine many times. It is really nice. Suze is up in Toronto. Hey, Suze. I miss you. Thank you for popping in and hanging out with me earlier today. Linda Peterson is here too. She's in Michigan. Carol is saying hi to Ruth. So I'm still waiting for questions. I'm just rambling because I'm waiting for questions. Nobody is saying any questions. Is Masking Magic your favorite masking paper? I don't actually have a favorite. The one that I used first for a long time was basically Post-it notes and Post-it tape, and that's probably one reason why I stopped doing masking for quite a while. Is because the Post-it tape that you get on the roll, I've had the same roll for years, and the ink doesn't really seep into it at all, which means I smear it everywhere. It would make a mess. It would get stuff on my hands. I don't really want to have inky fingers when I am trying to work with white cardstock because I don't want to get fingerprints everywhere. So I stopped using it. And then I tried the Masking Magic, and it works great. I've also tried the Spellbinders masking paper, and it works great. So those, I think, are actual masking paper. And I have a feeling that Post-it notes might, or the Post-it tape might have some kind of a film or something on it. It just does not work as well. So I would go with one of the masking papers. Question, what am I currently working on? Just finished a card during live stream, and this is it. So cute. Using a new collection from Spellbinders that rolled out this last week. I'm on the Spellbinders influencer team, so I do a lot of Spellbinders stuff. On some other design teams too, so if you check out my channel, you usually see new stuff. I do try to pull out some of the old stuff too. Kelly wants to know, if I could go back to when you first started, what advice would you give yourself? I think the one thing I probably learned the most is it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just paper. So that's probably what I would tell myself. I mean, everything that I've done since I first started with card making up to now, I'm constantly learning something new. So I am just like you guys. I am constantly learning. I am constantly watching YouTube videos, summit videos, all the things, trying to learn all of the things. And as I'm watching, I'm actually doing. I'm one of those people that for it to really stick in my head, I have to actually do it. If I watch it, it might be back there somewhere, but when I try to pull out that technique, I'm going to have to go and look for it again to see how to do it again. If I go ahead and do it, it has a higher likelihood of sticking. What's my go-to white cardstock for card bases? At this point, I am still using Michael's Recollections heavyweight cardstock because I like that 300 GSM. I like the really thick stuff. When you're looking at your heavyweight cardstock, you need to look at the GSM. If the GSM is low, it's not going to feel as heavyweight. Here's an off-the-wall question. If you were one-armed, what technique would your go-to be? I would probably be coloring. unless the other arm can still hold things. I'm right-handed, so I do all of my ink blending with my right hand, but I need to hold things in place with my left. Unless you've got a grip mat, and that might help. Rose wants to know, do I send cards out? Yes, I do. And on most of my live streams, I give away the cards, so I have to mail them out regularly. What is my favorite marker to color with? Right now, I'm using Ohuhu's, but for years, I used the Spectrum Noir because they were really a good price point and they still blended well. That was before I ever tried a brush tip though. And the Ohuhu's also have a really good price point, and so these are the ones that I have been using. I bought I think it was like last winter or Prime Day last year, I bought the smaller set, like about 39 markers, and I fell in love with them, so I bought the whole 320. I bought them for myself for Christmas. But yeah, I got those last year, and I've been using them every time I do any kind of alcohol marker coloring, and the price is it's pretty good. It is really good. I would say it is much better than going with the Copics. There are a lot more videos and everything that talk about the Copics and specific colors and specific markers. You can do pretty much all those things with other brands as well, and I have not really tried the Copics. So just saying. I just know that for my price point and for my budget, these worked better, and these work fabulously, and I haven't picked up a Spectrum Noir since. Jay Montgomery, hi from Washington. Teresa says, I love the Recollections 110 card bases. Yes, that's, like I said, that's what I've been using. I've been using that for a year, but for the other cardstock, I've been trying out different ones. Nina Solar White is really good for basically all the other things. I just like the really heavy, maybe because it's so humid here, I don't know, but lighter weight cardstock just doesn't feel quite right. It doesn't feel as substantial, as quality when I do a card with that. So that's one reason why I really like the heavyweight. But that's just my own preference. You don't have to use heavyweight cardstock when you're making your cards. You can make them out of whatever you want. I would say just figure out what feel you like when you're done with your card. Does it feel right? I also don't put a lot of layers on a lot of my cards unless they're popped up by foam. So because of that, the cardstock in itself doesn't feel as thick if I don't use my heavyweight cardstock. The wizard in the background. These are my Nomies. I love them. Yes. This is Fergus. Actually, I have two. And this little guy was made on some recent live streams, so you can find them on my channel, Debbie J's Crafting Corner. If you look, I've been doing pretty much all live streams lately. But yeah, I made this one. He even has a little spider hanging down. And then I made this one off camera, but he's in all of his Christmassy stuff. And this is from a die set from Spellbinders. They do have some new things out that are for felt stitching, so I made those. They're so fun. And yesterday we stitched a little Pooh Bear. He was so cute. Okay, someone wants to know, do I use watercolor in my creations? I need watercolor practice. I have watercolor pencils, and I have, you can also use your dye inks like the Simon Hurley, Catherine Pooler, Tim Holtz, all of those. You can use these as watercolors. So you just use a watercolor brush. So I do that sometimes too for some quick coloring. You know, if I don't want to take the time and use the markers, sometimes I'll do that, and it is a little quicker and does give a different look. No, Patty, I'm not giving you one of my gnomes. She says, they are so darn adorable. I hate to sew. So can you send me one of them? No, I love my gnomies. And Jen, yes, I know you love Fergus, Jen. And South Park likes the gnomes too. I think they are friggin' adorable. They are absolutely adorable. Carol had asked, I have a smaller set of Ohuhus. Can the cardstock go through the printer? I do. You probably, depending on what printer you have, I'm going to assume that pretty much all of your printers are going to be able to go through, all the cardstock is going to be able to go through your printer. You will want to, I would say maybe not use the heavyweight, but use a little bit of a lighter weight, but regular cardstock shouldn't be a problem. I have done that. And if you ever use digital images from anywhere, you'll probably want to use, you're going to want to use some kind of a cardstock instead of paper because it just doesn't, like I said, it doesn't feel as right. It is going to be thinner than heavyweight, and I have done it with heavyweight, but again, it's going to depend on your printer. You're going to have to tell it that you want to go with heavyweight cardstock. And most of them got a setting for that. South Park wants to know, what is the difference in Stellar ink? So this is the Simon Hurley original, and it is a felt pad. Just like if you have used any of the Distress inks, they've all got a felt pad. So this is the ones that Simon came out first. This is what he came out with this summer. I think it was this summer. And it is a foam pad. So just to show, so this, you can tell it is a felt pad. You have to kind of scrub it to get your ink onto your brushes or ink or stamps or whatever. This one is a foam pad. So it is squishy. And it is very juicy. Actually, this is the one I re-inked just a couple of days ago. And this one still seems like it has more ink. They both are full of ink. But this one has got, yeah, you can see. It is very, very, very wet. It's kind of like if you use a foam blending tool. Like this is a foam pouncer. And then I have brushes. So the brushes I have to load up really well to get some of the ink that is in the pad to come off. But it is able to give you darker in some places and lighter, and it kind of gives you a smooth transition. This is going to make it very, very solid right off the get-go. So I used both of those on the card that I made today. As an example, this guy, you can see he's darker around the edges. I used a brush, and I actually took the ink from this to color him up. The red that's on my meatball, I used some Stellar ink and I used a pouncer, and it put the ink down really thick, really fast. So it really depends. I believe in tools. I really do. The tools you use are going to determine the kind of look that you get. So everything has a place in your craft room. It really just depends on what kind of project are you working on, what results do you want, what do you want it to look like. So Marcia said she didn't know that. Carol, I have some printables I want to try out. So I did do, the very first design team that I was on was Monica Taylor with Tailor Made Cards for You, and hers are all digitals. So when I was on her team, I was noticing when I was printing onto my regular cardstock, and it was Recollection cardstock, this has been years ago, but when I was printing on that, it didn't turn out as crisp as what I was seeing her and other designers have show up on their screens when I was watching their videos. So I did a little experimenting, and the one that has worked the best for me has been the Epson Presentation. I've got some up there, but it's an Epson Presentation cardstock. Of course, I'm going to get up and get the box, if I still have it in the box. Okay, Epson Presentation paper, and actually it was the brochure and flyer paper. It was this one. This is the one that worked the best. I took it out. This is how much I've got left of the first one because I don't do a lot of digis, but it was the brochure and flyer paper matte, and I do not see I don't see what the weight is on it, but it's not real thin. It feels like regular cardstock, like regular weight cardstock. I did also use the Premium Presentation matte paper matte, and that one is 44 pounds, 165 GSM, so not heavyweight, but like regular weight cardstock. And those both turned out really well. The images turned out nice and crisp, and that was with my inkjet printer. Okay, so happy I was able to help South Park. Said, thanks for the good explanation about the inks. It helps to know exactly what to expect before buying new stuff. Absolutely. I like watching videos to see how other people have done things. I don't do it as much as I used to, but if you're definitely, if you're learning stuff, take a look at things, see if there's something that kind of catches your eye that you want to try first. You don't have to know all the things all at once. You don't have to have all the things all at once. I think that you should learn a little bit at a time, take all of the golden nuggets that you see from all of the presentations you're going to see in the summit and apply them to your own projects and see how it goes. Rosemarie says, I use 65 pounds all the time for printables. Absolutely. And it could be something to do with my printers too. I don't know, but I even bought a new printer at one point because I was thinking it was my printer, and it probably was. Kelly says, any advice on how to get on design teams? Share your work. And check out, there are some Facebook groups also that are specifically for design teams if you're wanting to apply. So that's a good way to find them. But I think the way that, I love this story. I mean, it's the truth, but it is kind of weird. I believe it was an email. I got an email from Giannis Magula inviting me to work with their Spellbinders team like 5 years ago. And when I got it, I thought, what? No, this is spam. I thought it was spam, okay? So I messaged her on Instagram because I was following her there, and it turns out that that was where they had found me. And yes, it was from her. So I did not go after that one. It just came to me, but that was because I was already sharing my photos. So sharing your photos on Instagram, on Facebook, on all the places, if that's what if that's the direction you want to do, go ahead and share pictures of what you're working on. And if you see, like I said, take golden nuggets. That goes for if you see some images of someone's cards that you think really pop and they draw your eye, not just the card, but the backing and all the things. You can take those ideas, make them your own, and create your own designs. Quality paper, South Park says, quality paper makes the most difference in printing in my experience. Absolutely. Sandra says, Epson 2700 Echo series printer has worked well with cardstock. I've used everything from 65 pounds to 110. Yes. So I've got a Canon 7500 TR or something, TR 7500. Anyway, it's one that I've had for a few years. And with it, the main difference was the paper. If I use a better quality paper, if I use the Epson paper instead of one of the cardstock that we use for crafting, it actually, the images stay true and they have got better defined lines. I have a feeling that just the way that the weave of the fibers in the cardstock, some of them are going to bleed a little bit more, which is going to be great for ink blending, right? But not so much if you want to have crisp, straight, well-defined lines in your images. So it just, like I said, everything, it depends on the look that you want. If you want a distressed look, great. But I was finding when I was printing some of the gorgeous images that I got from TaylorMade Cards for You back then, they were just seeming very muted. The colors didn't seem true. And when I changed cardstock, when I changed it to the Epson presentation paper, it wound up being so much better. I do need to do a test again between the couple of them so I can give you guys a better explanation. But I even have some stuff from my buddy Biddy Penny. She has got some gorgeous, gorgeous images. So I have an older brother laser printer and a brother inkjet. I try them both with my 65 count. I may have to try them with 110 later. Absolutely. Experiment. Most things are not going to damage what you're doing if it's a simple experiment and trying things out, and you may decide that you like it. I wouldn't think that 110 pound is going to do any kind of damage to your printer because it's designed to be able to print lots of things. Okay, no questions. Tammy loves 8-pound hammer mill for digis and 60-pound hammer mill for laser printing foil. I've always used a Canon. Yep. And it looks like it is about time to wrap up. So anybody have any questions? Yeah, 80-pound. Yes. Yeah, hammer mill. I've tried hammer mill too. Like I said, I need to do a little more experimenting because I think when I got the stuff in, I was not actually doing I don't think I experimented with digis. I was just using it for regular card making because I do more with stamps and dies than I do with digis, although I do love digis too. Some of them are just so pretty. Yes, higher GSM is the better. So I always recommend something around the 300 mark, 300, 310, 320. Those are the ones that feel the best to me. My Epson EcoJet doesn't print any cardstock over 47 pounds. I would check the settings. I mean, with my Canon and with my Brother laser, they basically, if I want to do a heavy cardstock, it tells me to open the back so that it's going to go through flat better. Hey, Jana. So it goes through better. And sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't. Especially on the laser printer, if you don't open it, it's going to wind up curling it a little bit and it's going to wind up looking warped to start off with. But yeah, you've tried everything and the Epson just won't do it. I'm one that at that point I probably would look it up online and see if there's any videos, if there's any information on Epson specific to that machine to see if there's any kind of thing. Because I do lots of searches to find out how do I fix something and how do I make something work the way I want it to work. Sometimes there's an answer, sometimes there's not. But Google search is really good at helping you find the answers. Yeah, you may need to go in and change settings. Yep. I've had to do that too. And I'm at a point right now with my laser that I probably need to go in following a video to see how to clean the toner because it doesn't really want to, it doesn't put as much ink down as I'd like. But Epson A4 archival matte photo paper. Amaret is out of the country, so that's one reason why she's saying A4, but it should be this. It should be basically the same with the 8.5 by 11 card paper that we do. So it would be basically the same archival matte photo paper. Yeah, photo paper is always going to be better. I have not been willing to, to invest a lot. I do have some photo paper and I don't use them. Okay. So I am just keeping an eye on the clock and keeping an eye out for when Ms. Laurel says that it is time for us to finish up. Anybody have any more questions for me? And thank you again for coming and hanging out with me today and for hanging out with us with the summit. There's so much more to go. There's a lot more to go, a lot more inspiration. I can't wait to see all the things that you do. So be sure to post those in the Facebook group. And if you do anything using ideas from mine, be sure to tag me. Yeah, tag me there so I can come and look and give you a big thumbs up and everything. So I would love, love, love to see that. Oh, thank you so much, Lori. She says, I love Q&As. It's great to learn, but also fun to get to know you. Well, thank you. And you guys are all welcome to come to any of my live streams. I go live all the time right now, usually at noon Eastern is what I've been doing. Hello, Miss Laurel.
Hello.
I know, I'm a chatterbox.
No, I love it. I actually stepped away, ate some peanut butter with a spoon. Now I'm back. So thank you guys so much. That was my lunch.
I could always keep going. I mean, I could always keep going, hanging out. Uh-oh.
Oh, well. I'll go clean that up. That was my lunch. Thank you, Debbie. We always love having her. She's a bundle of energy, and we love it.
I did turn off all the extra stuff that normally happens on my screen, so none of my people were able to do anything weird.
Yes, yes. If you guys have ever wanted to see things, I remember the first time I was like, what's that? All these things were popping up, and I was like, that's fun. You got to attend one of her live streams. She's very interactive for her guests.
I've even put a warning tape up on there saying that the chat may take over the stream because they do.
Yeah,
right,
I love
Jen?
It. Very fun. See there's her heart. Ain't nothing coming up on the screen, but I bet
she's trying. She is trying. I turned that off this time.
So join her. Well, thank you, Debbie, for giving us a little bit of your day. I think she's going to be back with us on Sunday where we have a speaker hangout. So she'll be back. Let's see what's next. I think next we have a 2:00 live with who is it with? Is it Nikki? I think it's Nikki Baxley. So,
I love Nikki.
Yeah, so
she is so nice.
She has that little Southern accent. She's
I got rid of mine a long time ago, but I love her accent. I mean,
but when you talk to her, it's
going to come back. Yeah,
it'll just come back.
It does.
So she's super cute. So she's next with us at 2:00. So we'll see you there. Check your schedule page for the links. If you're in the classroom, your links are there. And we will see you in just a little bit. I'm going to go clean my
There's
spoon.
one other tip. If you're watching, while you're watching these lives on YouTube, if you go to youtube.com/at stress-free card making /live, it will take you to the current or next live stream. So when you're done with one, all you have to do is refresh the screen and it'll take you to the next one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I use it all the time. I love it.
I love that. I had no idea.
Yeah, otherwise they have to go to your streams page or they have to go to another place that's got all the stuff. But that just works. It works great on everybody's channel.
Yes.
If somebody does live streams, just /live goes to the most recent. If you want to go to the streams page, it's /streams.
I love that. Did not know that.
Yeah.
Debbie.
So hopefully that would. Well, one thing I wanted to do a redirection to you, but I didn't ask first.
That's all right. I love it.
We'll have to do that next time.
Wealth of knowledge. He's a Twitcher too. A Twitcher.
Yeah.
Is that thing?
Yeah, it's close enough. They call them the people. They say hi, all my Twitchy friends over there.
Yeah, so she does Twitch too, and that's where she's super fun over there. So follow her. All of her socials are under her presentation. So thank you so much, you guys, and I'll see you for those of you that will join me back here at 2:00. Bye.
Love you guys. Bye.